Iligan City, Philippines, February 6, 2026.
Taas pa kayo, lapas pa tao ang baha.
Wala na, isa kasakyanan, gidala na.
Severe flooding has hit Iligan City, Lanao del Norte, after continuous heavy rains brought by Tropical Storm Basyang, Penha, triggered widespread flooding in the area on Friday, February 6, 2026. Mud, stones, and pebbles are among the debris that greeted many families here on Friday, the morning after Tropical Storm Basyang poured its fury through heavy rains that brought flooding to a big swathe of the city.
Delikado. La! Hala! 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 Hala ka, Gino.
Bal! Yung sakyanan ba? Alik mo!
Several videos posted by residents on social media in the early hours of Friday morning, February 6th, show the impact of the storm, including homes submerged in floodwaters up to the roof, partially damaged homes, and damaged land. Several cars were swept away by the floodwaters, and a bridge was even washed away by the torrential floodwaters. At its height early on Friday, the floodwaters rose some 3 feet, carrying away parked vehicles. The province remains under tropical cyclone wind signal number 2 as the storm continues to affect northern Mindanao. In other low-lying villages, like urban barangay Mahayahay, floodwaters had not yet dissipated as of Friday morning, sending many families to their second-story houses or to evacuation centers. Continuous heavy rain had led to a swelling of the Tubod River on Thursday night, prompting the Department of Public Works and Highways to temporarily close the bridge along the national highway spanning across it.
In the morning.
As of this video, the bridge is not yet passable with the accumulated litter and debris brought by last night's rampaging waters. Landslides were also reported by netizens seeking help to clear the roads in Pugan, Manjalog, and Lambagyahan villages. In a press advisory, the local government said residents in the villages of Tubod, Tambacan, Mahayahay, Abuno, Tipanoy, Hinaplanon, Poblacion, Palao, Saray, and Ubaldo de Laya had sought the help of rescuers.
Current update as of this moment.
Matambukan. Ito pa.
A total of 1,258 families or 4,697 individuals from 21 barangays in Iligan City displaced by flooding caused by Tropical Storm Basyang have sought refuge at 23 evacuation centers as of 9:30 a.m. Friday, an official said. The evacuees have been given initial food assistance, Evelyn Madrio, head of the City Social Welfare and Development Office, CSWDO, said. The Emergency Operations Center based at Iligan City Hall, led by Armian Aloro, deployed emergency responders to various areas affected by flash floods.
Six 10 in the morning here at Barangay Mahayahay.
The flood swept away vehicles and filled the main streets of the city with garbage and debris. At 2:13 a.m. Friday, the alarm system of the National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council sent a warning to mobile phone users of the incoming heavy rainfall in Lanao del Norte and Iligan. A resident said a relative of his in Sitio Malindawag, Barangay Abuno, showed a video of the Bailey Bridge and two houses in Malindawag and Panalaran being washed out. Citing State Weather Bureau Pagasa, Abe Liza Manzano, chief of Lanao del Norte Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office, said over 200 millimeters of rain from Basyang contributed to the flooding in Iligan. In Manitco Town, Misamis Oriental, families have been evacuated to the municipal government compound due to flooding, landslides, and the threat of big waves. Mayor Stephen Tan said the count of evacuees documented by social workers as of 10:30 a.m. was 83, from only 3 of 6 affected villages. Flooding was experienced in Poblacion, Tubod, Kamanga, Cabalanchan, and Panyangan villages. Landslides were also reported in Tubod. Families in the coastal village of Punta Silam were preemptively evacuated on Thursday as huge waves battered their houses and community.
Diha ka na og birds? Way dalan, bird? Way dalan?
Meanwhile, Tubod Bridge between Barangays Mahayahay and Tubod has been closed to traffic starting 1:30 a.m. Friday after it overflowed due to heavy rains brought by Basyang. The closure was implemented by the Department of Public Works and Highways Loan Engineering District of Iligan. The Iligan City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council, chaired by Mayor Frederick Sio, has ordered a 2-day suspension of classes from February 5th to 6th.
Aguinaldo Street, Metro Bank, Canibe.
As of 9 a.m., the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office noted that the water in the river was still rising. Hence, they prevented the evacuees from flood-prone areas from returning home. Tropical Storm Basyang has weakened into a tropical depression and is now approaching Bohol, the Pagasa said on Friday, February 6th. As of 11 a.m., the center of Tropical Depression Basyang was estimated over the coastal waters of Anda, Bohol. It is moving west-northwestward at 10 kilometers per hour, with maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers per hour near the center and gusts of up to 70 kilometers per hour.
Kung nalay nakakusugo, kusugay na ang aslog ng daga ng tubig. Kusugay na gyud. Now,
Mabasak ka oh. Sige lang.
Despite its weakening, Pagasa said Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal Number 1 remains raised over 32 areas across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, where minimal to minor impacts from strong winds are still possible. In Luzon, Signal Number 1 is up in the southern portions of Occidental and Oriental Mindoro, Romblon, the northern portion of Palawan including the Calamian, Cuyo and Cagancillo Islands, and the southern portion of Masbate. Pagasa warned that heavy rainfall may still affect several areas, raising the risk of flooding and landslides, especially in low-lying and mountainous communities. There is also a minimal to moderate risk of storm surge of up to 2 meters in coastal areas of Mindoro, Romblon, Panay Island, Central Visayas, and parts of Mindanao within the next 48 hours. All gale warnings have been lifted, but sea conditions remain rough in several coastal waters, with wave heights reaching up to 4 meters in parts of eastern Visayas, Baikal, and northern Mindanao.
Baha. Pinapurat oh. Lalom na dia, lalom.
Small seacraft and motorbanker operators were advised not to venture out to sea, particularly in areas experiencing rough to moderate seas. Pagasa said Basyang will continue moving west-northwestward and may pass close to or make landfall over Bohol and the southern portions of Cebu and Negros Oriental before crossing the southern part of Panay Island. The weather agency added that the system may further weaken into a low-pressure area by Friday afternoon or evening.
Malaking tubig.
Dapat nilapaw na sa Tropical Bridge.